What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another vid, man. Listen, I'm finna take them people back down memory lane. Today, we finna make a hood steak and cheese. Yeah, you heard right, a hood steak and cheese. You familiar with a chopped cheese or a Philly cheese steak from Philly? Nah, I'm from DC, Southeast DC, born and raised, Slim. And we came up all steak and cheese. Now, you wanna get you a good steak and cheese, you might go to a curry out in the city to get that steak and cheese. And you see, back then, we ain't always had it like I said. So, you know what we had to do? We had to think quick. Mama always was quick on her feet. She would go to Murray's and get these things called Steak-umms, and we'd make steak and cheese at the crib. So I'm finna show y'all how we make steak and cheese in DC when you ain't going to the restaurant. So we finna bring the restaurant to the crib today. Let's get into it. All right, y'all, so what we got here, we got the simple ingredients. You can do it however way you want to do it. This is just how I make my steak and cheese, you feel me? So we got some Steak-umms right here. Now, these ain't the Murray's junk, but these are some good Steak-umms as well. It's plenty of different variations you can get from out the Giant or whatever grocery store that you go to. But that's what I'm using today. I could have used the thick steak, but that's not really steak and cheese from DC. Got me a little tomato. Got me an onion. You know I got to have the onion because I'm in love with onions. You know how to go. We got some good old sub rolls. Now, we ain't always use sub roll. We use a normal piece of bread. Normal piece of Wonder Bread, and we made that steak and cheese sandwich. But I'm going to step it up today a little bit with these rolls right here. Then I got some cheese. And then we're going to hook this joint up. So y'all stay tuned. Let's get into it. All right, so first up, let's cut these veggies up so that way we can get these veggies ready for the pan. Even though we're going to cook the steak first. Cut this. Now, I ain't no chef. I cut the way I cut, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to cut this in the middle right here. Peel this up over here. We don't need all that. Now me, I'm the type of person that love a lot of onions, so we finna eat this whole onion. Got my onion peeled. Now we already rinsed this fruit. We already rinsed this vegetables, so we already ready to go. So we're gonna slice this up as well. Cut the edges off. Now you can cut these however you want to cut them, but I'm just gonna cut mine like cause I'm putting it on the sub, so. You don't need too many. But I might as well cut the whole thing up. But we want this thing to be real good, nice and juicy. Hey, listen, if you from DC, man, what curry out you used to go to, you get your steak and cheeses? I used to go to Good Hope Road Curry Out, Minnesota Avenue Curry Out, because I'm from Southeast DC. We're gonna cut these onions up now. I want them thin sliced because they going on a sandwich. Thin slice, y'all, thin slice. Get them as thin as you possibly can. Or cut them how you want to cut them. All right, got my onions diced up. Tomatoes diced up. Put these in the tray. All right, so we got our veggies prepared. Veggies already ready to go. All right, let's get this pan started and let's get these Steak-umms on. All right, so let's get this fire going, y'all. Put that joint like on get it like to 60%, medium, a little over medium, just to, you know what I'm saying, get the pat right. Now I just washed this pan. I be washing the stuff even though it's clean, so I re-washed it so there's some water in here as you can see. But although the Steak-umms make their own grease, we're not gonna start with the Steak-umms. We're gonna start with the vegetables by themselves with a little seasoning on it. Now we're gonna use a little bit of olive oil right here. I don't know if you can see that. A little bit of olive oil right there. It's just a little bit, just a little drizzle. Nothing too much. About a tablespoon. You can do this however you wanna do it, man. The oil in there, let it run around. Let's get these veggies in here. Let's get these onions going. These onions! I'm an onion head, so I gotta have extra onions. When I was coming up, Mom used to have onions. She used to eat the onions by the whole, like an apple. I ain't never did that, but I love onions, so I get it from my mama, Slim. Love my mom douche, man. Let's let these onions cook down for a minute, and we'll be right back. Now, I like to let my onions cook down just a tad bit. Then I season them. I don't put the seasoning on it yet. But now that I got them a little cooked down a little bit, I'm gonna put a little piece of butter in here. See, that's the trick to making sauteed onions. Any sauteed vegetable. Got a little butter in here right here. You don't need much. That much butter right there. That'll do the job. That'll do the job. Get that a good mix. Yeah. It's looking just how I wanted it to look. Gave that a good mix. Now that they cooked down a little bit, we're gonna put a little seasoning on it. And the seasoning I'm gonna use today is a little bit of garlic. And a little bit of salt and pepper. Not too much. We don't need no Sazon. Just a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Boom. You don't gotta season it up too much. I'm gonna let these cook for about 1 more minute. Then we're gonna take these off, y'all. But they looking good so far, as you can see. All right, so we're gonna let them cook down for a little minute. We're gonna take these off because we're gonna put these back in the pan with the Steak-umms. Make sure you turn your fire off next time. Don't do what I just did. We're gonna get you like 3 of these joints. Now the way we do it, to make you feel like you getting steak and cheese, just break it up. Just break it up. 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 Let me show you. Just crumble it up. That's how we used to do it. That's how we used to do it. Let that cook down a little bit before we season it. I don't like really seasoning my meat until I get a good color to it. You know what I'm saying? Let it get a little color first before you start seasoning. You want the seasoning to stick. All right, y'all. Now that we done let that brown down a little bit, let's give it another quick stir. As you can see, the meat starting to get a color to it. No diddy, no yeezy. Looking good. So we're gonna throw a little seasoning on it. Like I said, nothing too much. I don't need no Sazon. A little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. And some garlic powder. I love garlic powder. I don't need no onion powder because I'm putting onions in it. You don't want over seasoning because this stuff, it already can be salty, so you gotta be careful. Now that I got it the color that I wanted, got it all seasoned the way I want it. Now it's time to drop them onions back up in there. That might be too many onions. Drop them onions back up in there. You see them onions? That's what you want it to look like right there. Now the reason why you don't use no grease is because it creates its own grease. And I usually would drain it, like pat it down with some paper towels to get as much grease out of there as possible. And look at that. I'm gonna let this cook down for about 1 more minute and we done. Boom. Simple steak and cheese. Simple steak and cheese. You see it. All right, this looking like it's about ready, y'all. It's about ready. The aroma smells so good. I know you wish you was here to get you a piece of this here. This thing smell like it came from the curry out. You feel me? Now, usually you would put lettuce on here, but I ain't got no lettuce in here. Well, the right kind of lettuce. Now, in this same pan, we're gonna toast our bread. You see that? You see that steak? Look good, don't it? In this same pan, we're gonna toast our bread. We got pretty skinny sub rolls, but that's cool. You don't need not too much. Just like this, sit right in the pan. Boom. Make sure you fire down a little bit. We're gonna toast this on both sides, y'all. Both sides. We need that thing nice, buttery, and have a nice texture to it. All right, y'all, let's check on this bun. Oh, got it nice and toasted. You see that? That's how you want it. You wanna let this other side do the same thing? And we good money. It don't take long at all, peoples. You hear that? You hear that? It's ready. We're gonna cut the fire off and let's get over here to make the sandwich. All right, y'all. So we right here. Time to put our sandwich together. We got a little bit of mayo. We got a little bit of cheese. And that's all I pretty much want to put on here for today. So let's get this joint started. All right, now I don't know about y'all. Some of y'all may use a butter knife, but I just use a spoon. It is what it is. You can be fancy if you want. Put some mayo up on here, up on this bread. Get a little mayo on the bread, you know. Let's put the cheese on the bread. Now I usually put the cheese in the on the stove and let it melt with the stick of cheese, but it's cool. We're gonna break this in half. Matter of fact, since we doing looking professional, let's slice it. Drop a cheese right there. Now some of y'all might want y'all extra cheesy, but when I eat too much cheese, it give your boy the bubble guts. So look, we're gonna take this steak and onion. Still hot. Still hot. Still hot. Still got some left. All right. For now, let's get these tomatoes on here. I ain't gonna use all the tomatoes, but I'm gonna use a good amount. Boom. Now we got our tomato set on there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here you have it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here you have it. Steak and cheese. Make sure you can see that. Now let's fold that in there. You know how they do at the curry out. Put the knife in the middle. Fold it up. The bread is so daggone soft. My God. Good old bread. You're gonna have to leave it like that for now. All right, y'all, if you got some parchment paper or something, you could use that. Look at that. Look at that. That's your steak and cheese, people. Hood steak and cheese, people. Yes, sir. Go and get you a bite. You see that? Dripping. Steak and cheese from the crib. Hood steak and cheese. Yeah. You see that joint look good. That joint busting. Woo. Let's get a bite of this. This joint hit every time. Y'all better make y'all one of these. Oh my God. 10 out of 10. Every time. Every time. Go ahead and get you a bite. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. We in the kitchen, baby. We ain't always out eating. Let's get it.